He would not touch the field for the rest of the game if a guy like Nick Saban was leading the charge. Man, I got to talk about Alabama. We have to talk about Alabama. Alabama, I'm the most concerned about leaving week one. Out of all the big time games that the losers of these games, Alabama's the one I'm most concerned about. Tommy Castellanos, he stood on business. That's the only way we can put it. He stood on business. He said, Nick Saban not here. They're not going to be able to stop me. Guess what? Nick Saban's not there, and they couldn't stop him. What concerns me the most about Alabama is they lost the same way that they did against Vanderbilt, the same way they did against Oklahoma, and the same way that they did against Michigan. This is a soft football program right now. That edge that Alabama had, that physical edge, that fear. I think of Manti Te'o talking about when they left that locker room going on the 2013 national championship, there was a fear instilled in that Notre Dame program when Alabama walked out. That's gone. That's not there. Because I saw a clip, and shout out to the Film Guide Network and all the things that they post on Twitter, of Bray Hubbard just jogging, going on a little Sunday stroll, like nothing matters, watching a running back for Florida State run down the sideline. He would not touch the field for the rest of the game if a guy like Nick Saban was leading the charge. That was putrid. That was pathetic. Florida State knew as soon as they were able to get 4 yards every single time they touched the football, and they were able to get push on this soft front seven, this talented front seven, they ran for 230 rushing yards. They didn't penalize themselves. They had only about 4, and Alabama had 8. Penalties and not being able to stop the run, that's how you beat Alabama, because they'll beat themselves apparently. They'll just let you walk on by. Hey, go score a touchdown. I'll see you at the end of the game. Alabama does not have a talent issue. They have an effort issue. And at that point, I look at the head coach, Kalen DeBoer. The seat's getting warm. The seat's getting warm for Kalen DeBoer. Like I said, this is the team I'm most concerned about leaving week one. We'll talk about Florida State because Florida State deserves a lot of props. A lot of people want to get fixated on what Alabama is after this game, and rightfully so. But not enough credit is being given to what Florida State's become. But we'll talk about Kalen DeBoer real quick. Kalen DeBoer was a coach that I gave a lot of grace, and many people in the media gave a ton of grace, because this is a program that you're giving away, you're moving past the Nick Saban era. A Nick Saban era that at the tail end, you felt like this was a team that was poisoned by the hype of what their predecessors had done. And you felt like when the change of guard happened and you bring in Kalen DeBoer, at the time that it did happen, he couldn't really imprint his thumb into the program. And so some of those instances with Vanderbilt, Michigan, Oklahoma last year, you felt like at the offseason, at the turn, knowing that no one or damn near barely anybody left the program, that he was going to be tougher. This program was going to be tougher. And then you get to week one. Now, this could easily be a situation that we get to the end of the season. Florida State's top 10 team in the country. We thought that Florida State somehow was better than we thought. Alabama walked into a hornet's nest with Danny Cannell and everyone hyping up Florida State and bashing on Alabama for what they did. This was payback, by the way. I just clicked this in my brain. This was payback for the college football playoff scenario. Florida State going undefeated, didn't even get into the college football playoff. And Tommy Castellanos. I have so much love for Mike Norvell for what he did, because he proved me wrong. He proved everybody wrong. Tommy Castellanos did the same exact thing. This is the pendulum swing of the transfer portal. One season, you could have a DJU, a putrid 2-10 season. The pendulum swings the other way, and you look like this. That is a crazy culture shift. You don't see this happen. You don't. Now, I hope that they can learn their lesson. Say they go 9-3, 10-2, whatever Florida State becomes, and hopefully it's successful, that Mike Norvell can go into that next offseason and say, we need to build from the traditional routes of high school. Because if they consistently keep going by this transfer portal route, What's to say they can't go 2-10 next year? I hope that he can evolve as a head coach, because I think that's the art of a elite head coach to an average guy, just another coach. A lot of guys can bring in talent. Not a lot of coaches can adapt. The best ones do. Tommy Castellanos is kicking off his Heisman campaign after this. That's the truth. Tommy football, damn it if that's not good. That's so good. He looks like Kyler Murray. He moves around with such quickness. The pairing with him with Gus Malzahn and Tommy, it just works so well. This was a masterclass in play design. Like I said, I fully expected Gus Malzahn to throw the kitchen sink at Alabama. And I said the communication on the Alabama defense was going to be what makes or breaks them. And I thought because they had the entire offseason, because those games happened last year, that they would actually learn and get better and put some effort in the front seven. And that didn't happen. Down goes Alabama. Alabama loses week 1. Does this mean that they're not a national title contender? That's debatable. I mean, they have the talent to do it. Ty Simpson did not look good under pressure. I don't really put much of the blame on him when you know anytime you punt the ball, it's going to be a 6-minute drive from Florida State because you can't stop the front seven and you can't stop beating yourselves. Just dumb penalties. I think of Damani Jackson with a late hit. Penalties like that will make you pull out your hair if you're a head coach. You have to be better.